Hello, good afternoon everyone. My name is Lala and I'm from Feast Makati. And like all of us here, I am a living testimony to God's goodness and faithfulness. 3 years ago, I thought I had my life figured out. I was living in Jakarta as an expat teacher for the very first time. At the age of 40, I think I was really excited because I thought I was stepping into a brand new adventure. Little did I know that God was about to write an entirely different story. One night in September 2023, I discovered a lump on my left breast. I remember telling myself, it's nothing serious. Wala namang may cancer sa family namin. So baka hindi to cancer. But deep down, I had a feeling it might be. It might be something more. I was scared. Hala, paano kung cancer? Dami ko pa pangarap, Lord. Lord, nagsisimula pa lang ako. I'm here, I'm in Jakarta, I'm exploring the world, having an adventure. I'm loving my newfound independence. I tried to push the thought aside. My sister encouraged me not to worry too much and said, hindi, pray mo lang, mawawala yan. So I went to work, I kept showing up, I smiled, and thought, baka mawala nga siya. I kept praying to God for a miracle. Lord, please make this lump disappear. But lo and behold, it didn't. I waited until the Christmas season to return to Manila and have my lab tests done. Then on February 6, 2024, the doctor called, the biopsy results came out. Stage 2. Breast cancer. I was in Jakarta. I was alone in my apartment. 1,000 miles away from home. The first thought was, how would I tell my parents? They're in their twilight years. My mom was recovering from brain aneurysm, so I don't want to be a burden. I don't want them to worry about me. Before calling anyone else back home, I prayed to God. I cried my heart out. Because I was afraid. I was afraid of the pain. Lord, walang may cancer sa amin. Paano ba to? I was afraid of the treatments. Anong mangyayari? Magsa-surgery ba ako? Magkikimo ba ako? Mamamatay ba ako, Lord? No? I was afraid of the uncertainty. And yes, I was afraid of dying. Sabi ko, Lord, so kaya ba single pa ako? Kasi mamamatay din ako ng maaga. Ganyan, no? But really crying my heart out. I didn't know what the future would hold. And certainly didn't understand why all of this was happening. But strangely enough, I never found myself asking God, bakit ako? I felt like it was hindi siya dapat tinatanong na bakit ako. Wala akong karapatan to ask, why me, Lord? Instead, I found myself saying, Lord, hindi ko to kaya mag-isa. Hindi ko kaya to. This is your battle, not mine. Lord, battle mo to, it's not mine. And that was also the moment when the surrender novena became more than just a prayer. It became my lifeline. Jesus, I surrender myself to you. Take care of everything. In the middle of all the uncertainty, God gave me a peace that I cannot fully explain. I still remember being wheeled into the operating room for the very first surgery of my life. Nakatulog pa po ako dun sa waiting room bago pa po ako dinala sa OR. Ganun po ako ka-at peace. Hindi ko rin po maintindihan. But again, it was God's peace. I felt that He was holding me very close to Him. I should have been terrified, but instead, I felt completely at peace. And that was the first time I truly understood what the Bible meant when it spoke about the peace that surpasses all understanding. After the surgery, then came chemotherapy, undoubtedly the hardest part of my journey. I knew I would lose my hair, but nothing could prepare me for the moment it started falling out. And this picture, I'm gonna share it for the very first time. It taught me that my identity wasn't found in appearance or my ability to hold everything together. And some of my friends would say, grabe, nakakasmile ka pa. Oo, nakalbo lang naman ako, pero I was so payat. It was God's grace, really. And at the end of the day, I was and always will be a beloved daughter of God. Every after chemo, sobrang pagod ng katawan, as many of you would know. There were days when all I could do was lie in bed. I felt dizzy, nauseous, and completely drained of energy. Initially, I was told I needed 4 chemo sessions. So I would count, yay, 1 na, okay, 3 na lang, 2 na. And then, nung pagka-4th ko, sabi nung oncologist, no, you need 2 more. Ay, talaga? Umiyak na naman ako kay Lord. Lord, kaya ko pa ba? A part of me wanted to give up because I was already exhausted, physically and emotionally. Because as the treatments went on, even my veins began to harden. Kaya dapat lalagyan na nila ako ng aorta catheter or something. But kasi ayaw man na makisama ng mga veins ko. And every chemo session became more difficult because the nurses struggled to find a good vein. And those are my 6 chemo sessions. I'd wear scarf. Pagdating po sa clinic, tatanggalin ko yan kasi ang init. Minsan naka-wig ako, but most of the time I'm wearing a scarf. Those moments were painful and discouraging. But through every difficult moment, God never left my side. He gave me just enough strength for each day, and that was always enough. My health journey taught me to find beauty in surrender. That everything that happens in my life has God's signature written all over it. Through cancer, surrender became a way of life. From the moment I received my diagnosis, to my surgery, to every chemo session, every injection, and every moment of uncertainty. Each one became another opportunity to pray, Jesus, I surrender myself to you. Take care of everything. I discovered that God's grace was more than enough, not because the journey became easier, but because He faithfully carried me through every step. Today, I still receive hormone injections every 3 months. I take daily medication and undergo annual lab tests and ultrasound. But I can confidently say that I am healed by the grace of God. Amen. And my prayer is that for all cancer patients and survivors will be cancer-free in our lifetime. Amen. Looking back, I realized that God wasn't only healing my body, He was transforming my heart. He taught me to treasure my health, cherish my relationships, and of course, be grateful for every ordinary day. He gave me deeper compassion for the sick and suffering. At 43, yes, 43 na po ako, God gave me the courage to start over, embrace new opportunities, and step into a new season of my life as a trainer and financial advisor. This is my story of becoming, not becoming fearless, but becoming faithful. Not becoming stronger on my own, but becoming completely dependent on God's strength. This is my story, and by God's grace, it is still being written.